There's an important and obviously a very strong relationship between quantitative and qualitative. So the quantitative, the numbers, who have you got in your workforce, where are they, is not the only measure of progress, but obviously a very important measure of progress. But in some respects, the numbers are perhaps an outcome, an important outcome, but numbers alone don't tell you how to achieve progress.
What we've done over the last year and a half, working with the broadcasters and Ofcom, is develop a qualitative framework which enables broadcasters to look at their current performance, look at what they could be doing, and supporting them in terms of an online guidebook and other tools we will develop to ensure that they are improving their approach in terms of the qualitative dimensions.
And the model itself, the framework itself, is research-based. So it's drawn from an analysis of how various different organisations from various different sectors have been successful, are being successful in their work on equality and diversity. So the qualitative framework is very much designed to be a tool.
Made up of three kind of headlines, which is about motivating, acting and evaluating. Under each one of those are three strands, making 9 strands in all.
The motivate aspect of this work is important. Creating commitment within an organisation to diversity, having leadership in place around this issue is critical, but also having the right policies and resources in place to underpin this work is important. So that's where we talk about the motivate strand. We also know that there are actions that need to be taken in order to improve performance. And here we're talking about employment. So we're talking about the employment relationship from recruitment and selection, through development, through to also retaining talent. Because what we've seen is that some organisations can be really successful at recruiting in different talent, perhaps underrepresented talent, but they've also got to be the kind of organisation that that talent wants to stay with and that really want to develop their careers with. And then the last part of the model is evaluate. And time again we see that organisations might be good at taking actions, but very often they're not so good at evaluating whether those actions have been effective or not. And that's a really important part of the process. So the third part of our model is helping organisations, helping broadcasters see how they can evaluate the impact of the actions they've taken, understand what's working, but also to understand what isn't working so well, where blocks may be continuing, and therefore what other action they might need to take.
So the framework enables companies to look at what they're doing now, look at, measure themselves against that or evaluate themselves against that by saying, are they base, medium or high, and looking at what is meant to be done at each level and getting a good sense of, well, if we're going to move beyond base, this is what we need to do to get to medium, and our guidebook helps give them some sense of what that looks like.